Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to do the next part. No, I'm going to do a new series. The series is going to be called What If Deku Had the Magma Fruit from One Piece. I think the one who had that fruit was a Kainu. So, yeah. Deku is going to be born quirkless. For his entire childhood, everything happened the same up until he is 10, where he's going to find it. But first, I'm going to say why there won't be any other fruit in this series. And also, this is also going to be why there is power. I'm going to literally change everything from the normal series. Quirk didn't just start appearing, but it's because of the devil fruits. At first, people that ate devil fruit couldn't, even if they had children, didn't pass the genes, any genes or anything for powers. But at some point, something changed in that, and human that had devil fruit, that had children, their children started having weird powers. The difference between the normal people who had powers from devil fruit and the kid of someone that had devil fruit was that water wasn't hurting them. There won't be any hockey nor sea prism stone. It's basically that devil fruit countered each other. So yeah, it was pretty much how it worked. But when quirks started appearing, there is a group that is literally the government of every country that decided to place every fruit out of commission. So if someone that had a fruit was alive, they didn't bother with him. But if someone that had the devil fruit died, they were automatically looking for it. Because since people had powers and stuff, they thought that it was because the devil fruit started becoming way too powerful. They started thinking that each time someone ate the fruit and died, the fruit became more powerful. Which it wasn't that, it was basically human biology. After so many people having devil fruit, having kids, and then them having kids with others, at some point it kind of changed some part of the DNA, and the devil fruit power starting going in the people that had children. So that is why there is powers. Deku is going to get the magma fruit because literally it's the only fruit that hadn't been found, so there won't be any other fruit users. So basically, when he is 10, Deku and his class, Bakugo included, are going to a camping site close to a volcano that is active, but there's a big trench around it, which makes it practically impossible to get through. Deku, being Deku, is getting insulted and stuff, like Bakugo and the others are bullying him. He decides to go in the forest to be away from people, and he just goes closer to the volcano, always closer. Then he finds the trench and just kind of sees a tree that's over it that goes all the way through to the side with the volcano. Deku decides to just go there and pass on the tree and explore that place. There is lava a bit, but it's not like it's over. The volcano is spewing lava everywhere. It's more that on the side of it there are some holes where lava comes out of, so it's just flowing slowly but active. So while walking, Deku founds a tree that seems to be dead, but with a fruit on it. Deku, who's hungry after walking all the way to that place, and being a kid, he decides, well, he's 10, but still, he decides that he's going to eat it. Anyway, what could happen? If he dies, he's already quirkless, so it doesn't matter. He can't be a hero. So he picks a bite out of it, swallows, and said, "Oh, it's disgusting." Then throw it on the side and it falls in lava. So there are people in the government still looking for it, but it's like just a small group of people who have normal quirks. They don't know which fruit it is because, well, in the anime One Piece there is an encyclopedia, but it doesn't have every fruit in it. I would say that they have a lot of they know they have every fruit except one, but they don't know which one they don't have, because there's like a really big amount that isn't listed anywhere, but they still have. They know there was only one last fruit, but yeah, so they won't even know that Deku has it. So I won't talk of them any longer. Basically, it's just that they're trying to find it so that no one else has one. And basically the guy who had that fruit, well, the people who had that fruit in their family were always told to keep a fruit close to them, a specific fruit. So every time they died, someone else in their family got it and ate it. But the last guy who had it was basically the last of his family. The others were, or they thought the elders were lying. And so he ate the fruit. Everyone else in his family kind of went away. And since the tradition in his family was that the government mustn't have that fruit, simply because if not, the thing that their family had all these years would literally be gone forever. So the guy kind of decided, if no one's gonna take it, I'm gonna make sure nobody ever takes it. So basically, the guy made the volcano while he was really old, and made sure that that there was at least one tree with fruits on it, since devil fruit don't rot. They can be destroyed, which would probably just send the powers to another fruit, but he made sure to find a place where there were fruits. So there were multiple trees at first, So, over time, if the fruit was destroyed because lava started going on that place, it just grew up on another, it just went to another tree. That tree was the last one of that place, but it would have went into one of the fruits that was in the forest instead afterward. But so someone would have find it anyway at some point. Deku just kind of found it closer to the volcano that the guy ever thought someone would. So yeah, that's how he got it and why it's going to be the only fruit. So after eating it, he started going back to camp with everyone, and at the camp something happened with, well, someone decided that he was going to, well, a villain decided to hide in the forest. People found him, and he started going to the camp and attacking. While Deku was there with everyone else, the guy went to attack the kids, and every kid except Deku was able to move. He was too scared. The guy had a power to create, let's say, okay, I know. Let's say the guy was able to harden air and give it form and just kind of send a blade near Deku. All Deku was able to think is move, move, move. He wasn't able to, and when it was close enough, all he thought was, please just pass through, and basically it cut him. One half of his body, the two half of his body fell on the ground separately. The guy was laughing because a lot of people were starting to go near Deku instead of towards him, so he escaped. But all they saw was that Deku transformed into lava and reformed, and he just was like, what happened? What was that? With everyone looking around that are around him, kind of really amazed and scared at the same time. Someone says, you awaken your quirk. You're capable of turning into lava. That's so cool. Your quirk's awesome. Then after a while, Bakugo said, so the only reason you didn't have your quirk was because you weren't in danger. And scoffs and kind of walks away. When after that, they just literally left because someone was in the forest and he was dangerous. Back at school, they called every parent to tell them to come get their kid. And when they called Inko, they also told her that her son got his quirk. Which she was like, wait, he has a quirk now? But I thought he was quirkless. With the teacher just said, yeah, well, his quirk, there was someone in the forest that we didn't know of, and he attacked us. He tried to kill your son, but his quirk activated and it saved him. Her, being a mother, just kind of got freaking scared as hell because someone attacked her son. When she got to the school, well, first she asked Deku if he was alright. She made sure everything was okay with him. And after that, she asks, she tells him, so you got your quirk now. Yes, the tabarnak. Sorry about that. I was walking and my foot broke through some ice with water under it. I'm gonna pause for a bit. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Like I was saying, she was asking Izuku what his quirk was, what happened, and everything. And then he just kind of looks at his hand and thinks lava. And he just make a ball of lava that kind of shoot out of his hand. Like he makes the motion to throw something and it sends lava. They're outside, so don't worry about it. But like the teacher still got scared a bit because, well, there's lava. So yeah, they go to the quirk doctor. They're looking at it and they say, yeah, he still looks like he's quirkless, but I think it's some type of evolution from his dad's quirk. His body, since his quirk probably didn't activate because he wasn't in danger, and and being cut in half literally just activated it like at the good moment, not too late. And then they make tests and they see that deku needs to want to change into lava. So for a while they do kind of make tests because it's the first for them. After that, they set it in their record that what he can do is create, manipulate, and become lava. No matter where the lava comes from, he can manipulate it. And he doesn't even think about the fruit, since he was literally about to get cut in half when it activated. So yeah. So after that day, people kept trying to call him Deku, but this time he was fighting back. So Deku kept the name because of Bakugo, who was still calling him that, but Bakugo knew that now he wasn't just a guy that you could pick on, since literally his power is to become one of the most dangerous thing in the world. Lava. So they found out that now he can't swim, and in water he's basically almost useless. So some people still call him Deku because of that, not because he's weak. So that's set in his record that do not take him for a swim. He won't make it. Since once he's about under his arm underwater, he can't move by himself and he will drown. They think it happens because his body kind of still is part lava, so it kind of hardens underwater and it becomes harder for him to move. They basically think it's that. So Deku started using his quirk so that when he's close to water, to kind of just overthrow some not so hot lava in it. If he has to go over it to make path in water, since he's not hurt by lava himself, he can just make a path in the lava and walk across it while everyone is in hot water, literally, because of the lava. So, after a while, well, when at the start of the anime, during the class, they look at the teacher does the same thing. He says, Bakugo, you want to go to UA? Then he says, oh, Izuku, you want to go to UA too? This time nobody laughs. No, somebody laughs and said, ha, what is he going to do? If he touches water, he's as good as gone for a battle. Which Bakugo still don't like Deku, but now he takes defense over him because he is powerful. He is more powerful than Bakugo, and Bakugo knows it. And he doesn't like that the only person he respects, still hates but still respects, is being insulted. So they say, hey, it's not water that's going to stop a hero. And mostly not when he's able to evaporate an entire lake if he wants to. Which the others kind of stop laughing at this because, yeah, he's right. If he sees the water coming, if he wants to, he can literally just make it go away. So, then later, Deku's not sad since everyone's like, yeah, he can be a hero. So, he doesn't pass. No, I would say his mother decides to call him, tell him to come fast, and he passed by the tunnel. When the sludge villain goes to attack him, Deku kind of did something that we saw Crocodile do it. He trained himself so that if he senses something touching him, and that he doesn't know what it is, if he senses it's going to attack, he transforms. So basically, the sludge villain touched Deku and gets back because it hurts like a fucking bitch. Deku turns around, sees the sludge villain, and then All Might comes out behind him, and the sludge villain kind of like, shit, he's here. Which All Might takes back his arm and says, Detroit, which Deku knows exactly what's going to happen, and he hides himself behind the wall of the tunnel. And suddenly a freaking wind gust passed next to him. Deku looks out of the side and just sees All Might picking up the villain in a bottle. And he tells him, All Might, whoa, you're here? Which All Might is like, oh, hello, young man. Sorry if I pushed you away because of that wind. I was trying to catch that villain and... Oh, don't worry about me. Anyway, he wasn't even going to be able to hurt me. I was okay with that. If you didn't come, I would have stopped him myself. Which All Might is like... Yes, I know self-defense is okay for using their quirk, but... Can you at least try to hide that you were enthusiastic using it? Then he says, oh, I wouldn't have needed to use my quirk, but I did use it at first. Then All Might's like, yes, I heard him scream. What is your quirk? Then he says lava body, which interests All Might. He asks him, and what does it do? Which Deku says, it lets me control, create, and become lava. which All Might is really interested in that. He thinks, and after a while, he kind of forgot to look at the time, and smoke started coming out around him, and said, "Oh shit, I forgot about my time limit." And Deku just kind of said, "What?" And poof. All Might turns back into his skinny form. Which Deku kind of said, "Ah, are you really All Might?" Which All Might responds, then says the whole story. Then he looks at Deku and says, "Hey, boy. If I told you I could make you more powerful, would you take the chance? Like getting a new quirk or something?" And he was about to ask Deku if he would like to get his quirk, but Deku said, "No, I'm alright." Then he says, "Are you sure?" And he says, "Yeah, I don't really need more power. I train my body to transform automatically in lava if I get touched by something that isn't supposed to. Like, if pain receptors are activated, it automatically transforms. So, and I'm pretty strong too. I trained a good part of my life since I got my quirk. Become good." Then Deku asked him why. Then, without thinking, just because he already said about passing a quirk, he just said, "Well, I was looking for a successor, and I thought I found one. But if you don't want it, I won't force you. But my quirk is a special quirk. It can be passed down from a user to another." Deku really impressed, but at the same time weirded out, says, "Wait, but there's no quirk like that." He said, "Well, yes, there is. My quirk is called One for All. And I was thinking of giving it to you." Then he says, "Yeah, well, even if I wouldn't really take it. I'm already powerful enough. Wouldn't you want to give it to someone who isn't strong enough already? You said you wanted to make a new symbol of peace, but I'm pretty sure I'm strong enough on my own right now to do it. And I'm just 13. So you should give it to someone who has a hard time being able to be stronger, but that would still be good, and try to be a hero." Which All Might is like, "Yes, it's true." So then, after a bit, All Might walks off, since everything, and Deku really kind of forget about it. Well, he remembers everything, but he doesn't think about it more than that. All he knows is that All Might's looking for a successor, but first he doesn't know his number, he doesn't know where he's going, so he doesn't really think about helping him find one. So for the next 10 months, he trained on his own. Well, not on his own, he trains with Bakugo, because Bakugo always try to become stronger than him. So, yeah. Bakugo is going to be stronger than in the original series. No, neither of them are going to the beach. Someone in class 1 is going to have it. I don't know which one yet. At first I wanted to do Mirio, but I thought, no, I want one in class 1A to have it right now. Well, in this series, I would say not. That I don't want to give it to Bakugo because I want Deku to be stronger than him, no matter what. Even though, literally now, unless you have a water quirk or an ice quirk, the Roki, you basically won't really be able to do anything to him. If you touch him, he transforms in lava. If something tries to cut him, he transforms in lava. If something tries to hit him, he transforms in lava. You get it? It's now a reflex. If if he has any pain receptors in his body that feels pain, that part's transform. And, well, his entire body start transforming, but just kind of enough so that he's still physically human looking, but made of lava. So Deku's powerful. He is basically a tank that can't get hurt, and he won't have one for all. So after the 10 months of training with Deku, Bakugo's already capable of making the explosion we see in the forest training arc. He also already knows how to fly with them. He also has a lot more stamina and can resist bigger explosions. Like the big explosion he makes with his gauntlet, or if he just forces himself a bit. And it doesn't hurt him. So later with the gauntlet, it's going to be a hell of a punch. So, when the entrance exam arrives, Deku is... Deku does an almost 100% on the written test, and later he goes to where President Mike tells about the robots. So while he's there, Ida does the same thing, tells about the last robots, and basically that's it. So yeah, then they go for the city where he is, and he doesn't go for Uraraka since he's literally one of the most confident people anywhere right now thanks to his power. So when the door open and that President Mike says go, Deku jumps off, arrives close to the robots, well, in front of everyone, and basically transforms into lava and makes a freaking wave with his body that destroys like, let's say, about 20 of them. Let's say 6 1-pointer, 8 2-pointers, and 9 6-pointers, 6 2-pointers, and the rest are 3-pointers. So 9 plus 6 equal 15. So about 21, I think. Wait. Yeah, 21. And plus 15. So 36 points in literally 10 seconds. Everyone got surprised because after that all of that lava kind of went back into him with just molten robots everywhere. And he starts running. This time he just makes his fist or feet into lava and sends them around. And basically everyone is kind of surprised by how fast he's destroying them. Mostly Ida, because he thought he was going to be the fastest there, but Deku's about the same speed as him, probably a bit faster. And also Deku has a massive amount of stamina. He trained himself to be able to use every bit of his power continuously for so long that I would say he's able to stay 3 days awake fighting without stopping, which no one else in that freaking world would be able to. So when I say Deku's OP from that, he is. There's no way to freaking beat him unless you are able to submerge him into water before he's able to turn into lava or create heat. So Todoroki is basically the closest thing to something that can stop him, and even that won't when it comes to ice. Well, not that it won't, more that with the small ice that he makes at first, he can do it. Like, he would be hurting Deku, but since he never actually goes all out at first and just kind of use his small mini icebergs, he wouldn't be able to beat Deku with that. He would be able to beat him if he makes the big ones. So yeah, he continues destroying the robot. Everyone seeing him just thinks, yeah, I have to become stronger. Everyone that saw him, even heroes, are thinking that kid's a monster. Everyone would need to be stronger in the class he is if they want to stand up to him. So yeah, after a while, Deku amassed about 65 points, and he hears everyone starting to run away. He turns around, see the big robots, and is going to go to destroy it just for fun. And then he hears a scream. He sees a girl stuck under some rubble and about to be squashed by the robot. So he starts running. When he arrived next to the girl, he literally grabbed the rock and pushed it off of her by making his arm a part lava, tossing it away. He is strong enough to do it without transforming his arm. He trained almost 16 hours per day when he didn't have school. When he had school, only what was left of the time. So basically it was he trains, he eats, he trains, he eats, he goes to sleep, he wakes back up and do it during the 10 months. And he kind of boosted that to, okay, I try to not sleep for a while and try to get more stamina. Basically, during the 10 months of training, well, before that he was able to stay 2 days awake while using his powers without any problems. Now he's able to do it 2.5, push it to 3 days if he wanted to, but he's powerful. He literally trained himself after getting the power to be strong stronger, faster, and better than anyone else since he was behind on everyone else with his power. I know it's quirk, but we all know it's a devil fruit, so yeah. Everyone call it a quirk, even him. So yeah. Deku, after throwing the rock away, tells her to move. She says she can't, and then he looks at the robot and said, "It's gonna get hot." And basically start turning his entire body into lava and start melting the robot. So he basically starts wrapping around it in lava, melting it, and pushing it back at the same time. So he breaks down the robot, goes back to her, he grabs her, and starts bringing her back to I don't remember her name. Recovery Girl, that girl. So yeah, he brings her back there after the timer hits 0, and he basically has the most points. That's a fact. Like, no one else ever got that many points. So after a while, he left. He waited. During the time he waited, he just kept training his strength, like just muscle. And during that time also, everyone that heard about that started training the hell out of their body and quirks, because they saw that that dude was stronger than anyone they saw there. Like, let's say someone was talking about that when passing well, like 2 days after someone talked about that next to Endeavor, like someone from from where he was when took the test was in the same city as Deku, and she literally said next to him, "You heard about that kid with the lava quirk? He might be stronger than some heroes." Which interested Endeavor. She asked them. Then the kid said that, well, during the entrance exam, there was a kid who was able to turn his entire body in lava and throw it, and that he probably broke All Might's record, which Endeavor really was impressed, because someone with a fire quirk, well, derivation of a fire quirk, probably did that. So he tried to force Shoto to train more, which he ended up doing because, well, yeah. So literally everyone in class 1A is, well, everyone in the school, since they then talk to their friend, which they talk to their friend, and continuing like that. So everyone that's entering in the school is going to be stronger. Yes, even Mineta, even if I don't like him. But yeah, everyone decided to train more just during 1 week. They didn't get that much stronger. Bakugo and Deku are leagues ahead of anyone. Like, they say in the anime, I think they were saying that Shoto was stronger than Bakugo. In this, Bakugo's stronger. Like, when they use their full strength, Bakugo's stronger no matter what. Since, like, yeah, he trained with the guy that that was unharmable unless you use water. So it was hard for him not to get stronger. Mostly since it's the only guy who Bakugo respected. So, well, he respected him and hated him, like I said, for multiple reasons. So yeah, after that they got their letters. Then in the first day of school, everyone went to school, and I'm going to end it here because yeah, it's a long video and someone's coming over later. I think they're already at home. I'm literally just walking right now. They have the key, they can enter. Well, they don't actually need the key since my mom, my sister, my granddad are there. And my sister can just enter if she wants. So yeah. This was part 1 of what if Deku ate the magma fruit. Hope you enjoyed. Natsu, out.